Peace, family. This is Lions here with another news and commentary. This article comes from thegrio.com. Democratic donor accused of killing a young gay black man will face no charges. Gemmel Moore died from a crystal meth overdose last July, and now it appears the Democratic Party donor who may believe is responsible for his death will go unpunished. According to the WeHo Times, on July 27, 2017, Moore was found at the home of Ed Buck, a wealthy, high-profile political activist with a history of making large contributions to the Democratic Party. While the police were quick to list his cause of death as an accident, Moore's mother, Letitia Nixon, always suspected foul play. After speaking to some of her son's friends, Nixon found out he was a sex worker and Buck was his client. I called one of my son's friends and was like, "Who the hell is Edward Buck?" Nixon says. And my son's friend was like, "Oh my God, that's that white guy, that wealthy white politician guy." He was like, "Oh my God." The grieving mother said that's when she discovered the sordid details of Moore and Buck's relationship. Buck will have my son to go out to Santa Monica Boulevard looking for young gay black guys so he can inject them with drugs and see their reaction and how they would react and take pictures of them. Nixon said the friend told her. John Bice, 46, who was Moore's friend, confirmed this account in an interview with LA Weekly. Basically, this guy would find young, struggling black guys around town, pick them up, and say he was going to help them out. Make sure they had clothes and food. He wanted to see them get high, first with weed, then one day the guy wanted him to shoot up, Bice says. Buck would supply heroin, meth, and other drugs to him to smoke or use with a needle. Nixon says Buck will pleasure himself at the sign of my son using drugs. So I'm going to finish this article, then I'm going to play the video and give you the rest of my commentary. Her son's friend also noted that Buck will give young men an incentive to take big hits of drugs by rewarding them for riskier doses. The bigger the cloud of smoke, the more money Buck will give the men. Nixon said Buck will excitedly encourage Moore to increase his dosage by saying more, and I'll give you 500 more. Buck's lawyer, Seymour Amster, has responded to these allegations by saying that his client was only a friend of Moore's and did not witness him injecting himself, and that this was an accidental death. This was an unfortunate death, but that doesn't mean we can make spurious accusations and spinning something out of control. Even though Buck's remaining a free man and currently faces no charges, political commentator Jasmine Canick is determined to tell Moore's story and has even gone as far as to post screenshots of his journal entries of her site, which shows how dangerous relationship with Buck led to his untimely death. So this is Jasmine Canick's Facebook, and it shows that the text messages, witness accounts, and a new video show Ed Buck, a prominent Los Angeles area Democratic donor under investigation for the 2017 homicide of Gemmel Moore, was still engaged in soliciting young black gay men with the allure of money for allowing him to shoot them with crystal meth. And I'm gonna go ahead and play this news clipping, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of my commentary.
Gemmel Moore is that young man we're talking about, died a year ago tonight. Now, his family and friends say that the man they think is responsible for the death has tremendous political connections, and they say that's helping him avoid prosecution.
I think that Ed Buck is guilty of injecting my son with meth.
A mom speaks out about well-known political contributor Ed Buck. Her son Gemmel, a gay escort allegedly hired by Buck, was found dead from an overdose in Buck's apartment 1 year ago.
Ed Buck was known to lure young gay black men, many of whom were HIV positive, to his home for the sole purpose of degrading and humiliating them for his sexual pleasure.
The coroner's report says that methamphetamine, syringes, and drug paraphernalia was all found in Buck's home the night that Gemmel died. Other black gay escorts say that Buck lured them with drugs as well, and one even videotaped an encounter at Buck's home. But the LA District Attorney announced this week that she would not be prosecuting Buck for lack of evidence.
We're deeply saddened by the fact that Jackie Lacey didn't see fit to charge Ed Buck, but we're very, very clear that if anyone else dies at Ed Buck's house, it is definitely going to be on them.
Gemmel's friends and family believe that Buck's big money contributions to local politicians, including the DA, is keeping him safe.
The political connections and the class connections that this suspect has prevented him from being prosecuted.
Ed Buck has claimed that he did nothing wrong, that he was simply helping young homeless men who needed a hand. Others, though, say he's a menace who needs to be taken off the streets.
I think he's a bully, a predator, and I just think he needs to be stopped before someone else dies in his apartment.
Tonight, it's unclear what's next now for Gemmel Moore's case, but his family and friends say they're not giving up. In West Hollywood, I'm Rick Chambers. Guys, I'll throw it back to you in the studio.
Okay, guys. Okay, people, you saw the video clip, and I'm gonna say it like this: that Buck here has political connections, and that's mainly the reason why he's still out. And he will not face charges because of that. And it shows that the gay young man shouldn't have died like that. He was lured, he was used, he was abused. And they brought this young gay man in to bring other homeless black guys in to lure the sex slaves. Now, this Buck, who is a Democratic donor, shouldn't even be out on the streets. He should have been in prison. But yet, since he's a black boy, nothing's gonna be done with him, and nothing's gonna be just like other cases that nothing's gonna be done by murdering an innocent gay black boy, all because he has politicians in his back pocket. See, this is why I said that no matter what, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican or independent donors, that they just basically more than the same, obviously, because look what's happening. You got a guy right there, one Republican, who was accused of having sex with a little boy. He's still on the streets. So and I know the family that they lost their son because this donor here, this white donor, injects this young man with heroin, with drugs, and they let him walk. He would not face charges. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, unless he's white, he would spend the rest of his life in prison. But since he's a black boy, they can care less. So, okay, yeah, well, there's no evidence, so we got to let him go. And money talks. So really, this is the most saddest situation we ever saw, and I guess my thoughts and prayers goes to this young man's family, because obviously he's been set up, been used, abused, because he's black and he's gay. This is totally ridiculous. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video. Share this video. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Subscribe my reaction channel. And subscribe my Black Johnson channel for any news and commentary. With that being said, it's Lions Den signing off. Deuces.